Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Brittany Bowman. And looking out at our FSU weather system, you can see some clouds and even some rain off in the distance. But generally today we saw some sun most of the day. But you do see some spotty showers and thunderstorms off to our west, slowly making their way over. They may reach us, but we're going to continue to see this type of day going into tomorrow. But we are going to track this system for you guys. Within the next 2 days, there is a 70% chance that this system will develop. When we go forward 5 days, it has a 90% chance. So as it's going to move northward into the Gulf of Mexico, we will be watching for some tropical development and keep you updated on that. But regardless, we're going to see a lot of rain in the area. But for the next 3 days, we'll see a similar day tomorrow for Friday. And going into Saturday and Sunday, we'll see those rain chances start to increase. And for the show, we'll talk about how tomorrow will be like today, the development in the tropics. We're going to get more into depth with that, and we still have a very rainy week ahead. So let's send it over to Jake to go more in depth with the tropical system.
All right, hello again and welcome to our Thursday, May 24th edition of FSU Weather. Our big story here, tracking the tropics. The hurricane season doesn't technically start until June 1st, but we're starting to see some activity. And the likelihood of the formation of a tropical cyclone within the next few days or so. We're tracking this area of low pressure just off the Yucatan. Plenty of convective activity going on over the Western Caribbean right now. A 70% chance of development into a tropical cyclone in the next 2 days, as Brittany already alluded to just a little bit earlier. And again, 90% as it gets into a more favorable environments in the central and eastern Gulf of Mexico. So a lot of uncertainty still with the track of the system as it gradually progresses off to the north, but of course we're keeping an eye on it here as this water vapor shows here from GOES 16. Plenty of activity going on, especially on the eastern side of this low center just off the Yucatan right now. Some dry air filtering in out of the west, inhibiting some of that development as of now. But again, as this moves away and starts to track further north, we're going to start to see it getting into a less sheared, more favorable sort of environment for development in the next couple of days or so. And again, this is the infrared imagery, these really dark reds showing you these high cold cloud tops, indicating some of that deep convection that's really associated with this with the strengthening of this system. Right now we're seeing some gusts from these storms kicking up to about 30 miles per hour or so, but no closed center of circulation, anything along those lines. That's what we're going to be really looking for here. Regardless of what happens with its development, we're talking about rainfall as really being the big threat here. So over the next 5 days we could see some spots getting perhaps in excess of 5 inches of rain, really anywhere along the central Gulf Coast down through the state of Florida. 3 to 5 inches is likely in some of these areas over the next few days. So that's going to be our big story going into Memorial Day weekend, as we'll talk about more during the show here. Some of the hurricane names for this year, if this is to become a named storm, it will be named Alberto. And here is the list of the year here, with Sandy getting replaced, of course, from 2012 by Sarah. The National Hurricane Center has released its 2018 outlook, indicating the likelihood of about 10 to 16 named storms for 2018. 5 to 9 of which are forecast to become hurricanes. So for now, we're going to go back locally with Sydney.
Thanks so much, Jake. So we are going to take it back from the tropics right now and talk about the conditions that we have been seeing around Tallahassee. So currently 88 degrees. It did heat up a lot today. So we got nice and hot. We hit 90 degrees in throughout our day, and it was nice for all of us for most of the day. We got to see the sun, but unfortunately that sun has left and there are thunderstorms throughout the area. These thunderstorms are of the pop-up sort. So temperatures around the region are varying a lot. 77 in Thomasville, as they are a rain-cooled area right now. 88 in Tallahassee, and down there on the coast we are seeing 84 in Apalachicola and Carabel. Now when we take that humidity that we're seeing from these showers and we take those temperatures and put them together, this is what it feels like when you walk outside that door. Tallahassee, 94 degrees, so not too far from 88, but I'm telling you, 94 degrees, that is warm. So when you get outside, just be ready for that type of heat and be ready for a pop-up shower in your area at any time. So these showers are right now, they are making their way east. Tallahassee could be seeing, or will be seeing, a pop-up shower within the next few minutes. As you can see on this radar, it is headed towards Tallahassee right now. Now, a few strikes of lightning could be associated with these showers, so stay inside and bring an umbrella if you are forced to go outside. Now, as we go into Thursday and Friday, now Friday we just see clouds for most of the day and then some showers sparking up in the afternoon, a lot like what we saw today. So I'm going to say that it's going to be a carbon copy forecast of today when it comes to this rainfall, because we'll be seeing the clouds in the morning and then the rain into the afternoon. Now, tropics, that is a different story, and that is going to change up this pattern that we have been seeing. So X marks the spot. Right here is where we're seeing the tropical disturbance right now, and this has a 70% chance of formation into a tropical or subtropical cyclone. So it's within 5 days, it has a 90% chance. So this is going to change up our weekend. If you do have Memorial Day weekend plans, I would bring those indoors. So still see your family and everything, but this storm, could bring potential for, this could turn into a named storm and bring rain to Tallahassee and mess up those plans that you guys potentially could be having. Now, looking at the rainfall, 4 inches for the western area of our viewing area and 5 inches for that western panhandle. So this is our totals that we're going to accumulate over 5 days. Now, the big thing that we will see with this is flooding and rip currents. So if you are on the shore, definitely keep up with your forecast just so that you know what's going on. And then here is a look at that rainy week that we have ahead. But unfortunately, that rainfall on Sunday, we're seeing a 90% chance due to that tropical disturbance. Now, we are going to take it over to Jennifer with a look around the southeast.
As we take a bigger picture, looking around the southeast, we're seeing some warm temperatures ending the day. About 85 degrees for Atlanta, even 88 in Nashville. However, places that are already seeing some rain have cooled down a little bit. 74 degrees right now for Montgomery, 88 degrees here in Tallahassee. We will see a storm here in the next few minutes. Heat index, though, when you when you bring together the dew points along with the temperatures, this is when you get heat index. So it feels like outside 94 degrees here in Tallahassee, 88 degrees for Atlanta, and even 89 degrees in Tupelo. So it does feel warm when you step outside due to the humidity. So overall, with these warmer temperatures, we will start to see some warmer times coming ahead, especially going into the summertime. The drought conditions across the southeast have improved quite a bit, especially within the last few weeks with all the rain we've seen across the southeast. Most of Tallahassee is out of the drought currently. Only places for Florida, most of Tallahassee is out of the drought along with most areas of Florida. Northwest Panhandle is seeing a little bit of a drought, but overall these conditions will improve throughout the next few days, even into the next few weeks, along with most of the southeast. Watch the warnings right now that we're seeing with all this rainfall that is across most of the southeast. Most of central Georgia, even up to northern Georgia and the Atlanta metro area is under a flash flood watch heading throughout tonight. Even areas along the coast, like areas like Mobile, even the northwest panhandle, does have some flash flood watches alerted with that. We'll even see along the radar just a large area of pop-up showers. These are due to daytime heating, convective storms that we're just seeing across most of the southeast, even across most of the Florida peninsula. So we'll see this type of pattern throughout the next few days, just pop up on and off showers that occur throughout most of the day. Within the next few days, heading into Tuesday, we will see that tropical disturbance starting to make its way closer to the Gulf Coast. We will see a lot of rainfall associated with this, even up to 5 inches in some areas like Mobile, even in some areas into Alabama and Georgia. So we will see a lot of rainfall associated with this system for the next few days. Like I said, we will see some pop-up showers here and there throughout today and into tomorrow. So by tomorrow afternoon, we should see some showers and storms across most of the southeast. Tonight's forecast, 68 degrees for Charlotte. Some storms across most of the southeast, 68 degrees for Tupelo, even 76 degrees for tonight in New Orleans. Tomorrow's forecast is another warm one. Storms across most of the southeast, but we even see temperatures reaching 90 degrees for some areas like Shreveport, and even 88 degrees for areas like Montgomery. But we're going to bring things a bigger picture with Brittany.
Thanks, Jen. Now, looking at the current temperatures across the country, we're seeing some pretty decent temperatures over in Seattle. It's 67 and that sun's peeking out. Definitely feeling comfortable over there. When we head south, we get those increase in clouds over by Los Angeles, 63 there. Denver seeing a current temperature of 82 degrees, Kansas City 76, and Minneapolis 91 degrees. It is getting hot up there. Satellite shows some rain to our northwest. We even have a severe thunderstorm warning over just east of Denver due to those storms flaring up, and a bulk of the rain is still in the southeast, and we're not going to see much of a change over the next couple of days. When we zoom in, just as Jennifer was just saying, we have those flash flood watches. A big chunk of Georgia, including Atlanta, has one issued, and as well as the extreme western part of the Florida Panhandle, including Fort Walton Beach, almost Destin, and Mobile. And these watches are also issued because of that disturbance that is coming because of the rain. More rain is expected to come, and you can see the moisture is still going to stick around in the southeast, and you start to see a peak of that big bulk of the rain associated with that system moving in, and this is for Saturday night. So we'll expect that, and one of the biggest stories about this system is the amount of rain, up to 5 inches over in the extreme western part of the Panhandle. As I said earlier, 4 inches over just north of Tallahassee, and most of the Florida Peninsula has seen a couple inches of rain, and 5 inches is expected through Tuesday for the Keys. Just one of the biggest stories is the amount of rain we're going to see, and flash flooding is definitely an issue. But as we go into tonight, we'll see a temperature of 57 in Billings, 69 in Kansas City, Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, seeing a temperature of 71. For tomorrow, a very nice day up north in Billings, 83 degrees. Seattle staying pretty nice again at 67. Los Angeles will see those sunny skies, 65 degrees, and we're still going to see all that moisture in the southeast. You can see all those storm icons indicating the rain expected. As we saw today, just that daytime heating and all that moisture allowing that chance of rain. 88 in Tallahassee, 78 in Atlanta, and 79 in Miami. All right, let's head over to Jake to look at our local forecast one last time.
All right, thank you, Brittany. What I would not give to see that Los Angeles 65 degrees and sunny. Unfortunately for us, the heat, humidity, the moisture really sticking around for the next week, as we've already talked about a couple times here with this tropical disturbance, potentially making its presence felt in our area over the next couple of days. Here's the weather stem from today, showing now some increasing cloud cover as we're watching those couple of showers coming in out of the west. Otherwise, it's actually been a partly cloudy and very hot day outside. 88 degrees right now. We're starting to see some thunder recorded down at Tallahassee International Airport. 71-degree dew point. That's been really a constant for the last week and a half or so, those high dew points, that moisture funneling in out of the south, as you see with that wind at about 9 miles per hour here. So it's feeling hot. It's even feeling like, say, upper 90s in some spots. We've seen some heat index values cracking 100 degrees earlier today as well around the region. Local temperatures, Thomasville seeing the rain at 77 degrees, still really hot here in Tallahassee at 88, 84 down by the coast in Carabel as well as Apalachicola. So a little bit warmer than average is what we're seeing here around town today. Those satellite and radar, again, starting to show some of that lightning activity, even with some of these showers and storms to our north and immediately to our west, starting to cross over the Leon-Gadsden County line right now. So some of you out to the west part of town, say Capital Circle Northwest, could be experiencing that in the next 15 to 20 minutes or so as we approach about 6:30 here in town. The Friday planner for you tomorrow, the rain chances still making their presence felt in the afternoon here. We're seeing a 60% chance in the afternoon about 4 o'clock here. Temperatures getting back up into the upper 80s, so another hot day here around town. Of course, we're getting into the summertime, so this would actually be one of the cooler days we would see in July. So I guess we'll have to appreciate this while it lasts, or something along those lines. For the futurecast, again, we're seeing this moisture funneling in out of the south, and this is the evidence of that tropical disturbance that's out by the Yucatan right now. We're starting to see some of that rainfall starting to show up in these futurecast models, not quite making their way into town yet on Saturday, but as we get into the later part of the weekend, that's when we're going to start to see some of that heavier rainfall, as we've shown you with those maps indicating the possibility for 3 to 5, potentially even more in terms of inches of rain here. And again, we're tracking this disturbance just off the Yucatan right now. All the storm activity off to the east, a 70% chance of development in the next 2 days or so. And then once it gets into that more favorable environment, away from all that dry air and wind shear down here by Mexico, that's when we're going to start to see the development of this system occur. So it's likely to become a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours. And again, here is that rainfall forecast for you. The northeast coast of Florida not quite getting the brunt of the action here, but really our area off to the west, that's where we're going to be seeing the real hot spots of rain, with some localized flooding a big possibility here. For the week ahead, Again, the rain chance is really sticking around. Saturday being our lowest at about 50%. Of course, for Friday, if you decide to head out to the softball game, we have a little bit of fun going on campus still despite all of this rainfall activity. Super Regionals, FSU plays against number 11 LSU Friday 7 o'clock. First game of a 3-game set to determine who goes to the Women's College World Series. After that, though, it's time to really buckle down for another week of rain chances. Keep up with us on social media as we go through the next few days here.